Happy Saturday. Hope you're off to a great start to the weekend. Welcome to the Paradigm Shift episode 210, 210 weeks in a row. And we have a powerhouse of a guest today, and we're going to be diving in on a lot of things. But one of my personal favorites, the art of bouncing back, you dig? Let us know how you guys are feeling. Gather in. Big Dave, I see you. We're going to bring you on in less than 3 seconds. Less than 3 seconds. Let's get this party started. Colleen Malloy in the house. Unbelievable news. Darleen, we're going to bring you on in about 3 minutes. What's everybody most pumped about right now? It's finally going to be said that there he is.
What's up, doggy?
You look unbelievable.
I am. I had an amazing week of filming, right to the airport, flew to Switzerland. Now I'm in Sevilla, Spain on a bike tour, showing the new side of the mobile Meltzer for the paradigm shift. You could now add, we've had trains, we've had planes, automobiles, now we can add bicycles.
Beautiful. What time is it in Spain right now?
It's 3 p.m., 3:02 p.m. specifically. So
On Saturday.
On Saturday, they have daylight savings time today as well. So just on a whole different time frame. But I utilize my sleep coach, and I am more rested than ever. It was a heck of a month this week, and very productive, accessible, and gracious to have so many opportunities. And first time I've seen my daughter in 4 months. She's living in Barcelona studying. Marissa came with us, Julie. So we're having quite a family vacation.
Beautiful. What about the other two kids? Are they with you?
No, Mia's still in Chicago, and Miles has golf and football, so he didn't want to come.
Can Miles stay by himself?
He can. I don't like that. So we have Cooper or Nick or one of the boys stay with him. Mylett. They have a guys' weekend without me.
I'm jealous.
Me too. But I like it here, and I love spending time with my girls. So
we got a powerhouse of a guest on today.
Yeah, I heard. We always have powerhouse. Let's not diminish the success that you're building with the paradigm shift that you have graciously allowed me to be a part of. So, yes, we have a powerhouse guest today, as we always do.
Beautifully said. 210 episodes. We're going to bring her on right now, and let's get this party started.
This is the first one on a bike.
Look at Spain. Wow, what a treat.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So, very good. So, we're just excuse me not being, I can hear everything, but I may not be able to always be on screen.
That's okay. I'll hold the fort. Darleen, we're trying to bring you on right now. Let me know if you got a request. Or you could try to request me. Let's see. Looks like Big Dave is frozen to some extent. Or maybe I'm frozen. There she is.
Hi.
Morning.
Good
Great
morning.
to see you.
Well, Spain, where are you, Craig? New York, right?
Manhattan, New York City. Yeah. How about you? Where are you dialing from today?
I'm in Scottsdale right now. But I grew up in Connecticut, so my family's right around the corner.
A fellow East Coaster. How are you? How you doing?
Doing great. It's been such a good week of flow. You know when you have those weeks that just everything's flowing? I love that.
The best. Things feel a little bit more effortless.
Yes.
Your vibrational match.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Let's get into it. I love everything that you stand for. I love your message. I love your content. One of the many cool things that you talk about, which is universal, is not necessarily in avoiding hits, but learning the art of bouncing back. And I just want to make sure I ask you the correct question. So we're not going to avoid the hits.
No.
So we might as well not really try, but we should master the art of bouncing back. Is that right?
That's right. Because here's the thing. None of us are going to be able to stop adversity. We can't stop obstacles. Life's going to hit us at times. What we have to do is build the mental fortitude to know how to handle when it comes, what to do. And just like physical fitness, the more you build your muscle, the more weight it could take. So the same with the mental muscle, the more that you build it, the quicker you could get back up. And once you get back up, then you're quicker to get back into your flow again. And so I help so many. I mean, this is what I do for myself. It's what I do for athletes, so that really when you do this more, when you do hit the hits again, you're going, oh, you know what, this is not ideal, but I could do this.
Yeah, beautiful. And looks like we lost Dave, but I'm sure he'll be back.
We did lose Dave. He is in Spain.
But one of the things that we have to navigate when this happens is being able to understand certain patterns that are happening in our
Right.
life and being able to break them. And I'm not sure if I've seen anyone articulate that better in the world than you. How do you break? First of all, how do you identify a pattern, and then how do you break it?
So it's so funny, Craig, throughout my career being an occupational therapist and then doing obviously neuro all the time, you start to watch these patterns. And so I ask people consistently, welcome back, Dave.
Sorry about this. We commit to each other no matter where we are in the world
I
that we're doing
know.
this show. So we're
I love
committed.
you guys for doing that, honestly. That's actually a great pattern, staying committed to things. So there's a pattern of consistent commitment, and the opposite could be when you look back, where are you not consistent? Where do you break promises to yourself? Where do you start to let up when it starts to get hard, where you could have pushed through? Where do you keep bringing old things back into your life? Thoughts, people, patterns that are not working for you. And a way that I teach people is start taking inventory at the end of the week, actually writing it down, whether it's written or verbal journal. Sit and actually say, like, what were the wins? What were the losses? What are some things serving me and not? And what are the patterns that I'm bringing that are not working for me? Because sometimes people just need the visual of seeing it written or verbalizing, listen it back. And because something's got to change their state to say, have some emotional intelligence and EQ to say, I'm doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
I
I have to
love,
change this.
I
I
love
love
this.
it.
It's like a prison, a self-imposed prison, and sometimes to break out of that, we actually need a prison break.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. I love that
Well,
show, by the way.
me too. Can you hear me okay, Craig?
Yes, now you sound great.
All right, good. So this is where circumstance plays an integral part. As I've been exploring this year and studying how people react to circumstance. And when we have some sort of structure, framework of non-negotiable behaviors, and sleep for me is number one, health number two, family three, finance, faith, the study of time and the study of relativity. In those studies of time and relativity, you can take these simple things and say, it's non negotiable 30 minutes every Saturday that I'm going to share time, no matter where I am, with Craig Siegel and his phenomenal friends. Because I don't think people consciously realize the exponentiality in a quantum field of how consistent behavior gives you an exponential result. And then they end up stacking committed losses instead of committed wins when you don't have non-negotiables. And I love what you're doing. And everyone has different ways to help people do this,
Right.
but the dedication that it takes to improvement and potential is
Mhm.
essential to enjoying the consistent, persistent pursuit of your potential. So,
Right.
man, we're speaking the same language, and I appreciate your patience for my mobile Meltzer on a bike today.
I like that we get a view, and it's like we're in Spain and New York right now. I'm happy.
I know I'm a travel influencer now. Look at me. Someone give me a free bike. This is cool.
This is great. This is a really powerful conversation. I'm so grateful for it. I love it. And one of the other things that you talk about, Darlene, is leaning into hardships.
Yes.
People shouldn't run from them, but lean into them. And I just want to make sure I understand correctly, because I'm all about getting uncomfortable.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
uncomfortable the same as hardship, or those two different things?
Okay.
And what is the byproduct of leaning into hardships?
I want to say something that I think sometimes doesn't get discussed is that first, so we're all going to hit hard and we know this, but here's something key is that when I start people off, I get them to understand their flow state, their giftedness, their talents, and their abilities. Because if you get into your giftedness and your abilities, meaning I'm very good with communication and speaking and taking complex ideas and making it simple. I'm not very good with numbers, right? So. My point is, I'm not going to sit there and do accounting all day when that's not my giftedness. So when I hit hard, if I'm in my flow state, it's not that hard isn't hard. I'm just in my giftedness to do hard better. So I just want to make that clarity because people could pick a harder path for themselves doing things that are not in their genius zone. Literally, they're not in their flow state. So if we could get people to be in where they're gifted, the world vibrates higher because everyone's in their flow, doing what they're called to, number one. So then when the gifts happen, when the hardship happens, you could handle it. And always when something hits you. So when I developed my practice in the middle of the recession, I left a lucrative healthcare career running companies in Connecticut, New York. And in 2008, I said, I'm going to speak on mindset because I studied neuro. That's my background and my board certification. My father thought, you've got to be off, off your rocker. Why would you do this in the middle of a recession? But here's the thing, I knew my gifts and talents met the world's needs at that moment. And so vibrationally, elementally, everything, I was in flow to do the hard well. And then personally, I've gone through 3 strokes. Not that it's a part of the story, not the whole story, but I've able to bounce back because I had the tools. I keep going back to what works for me, and I could get back up faster. So for everyone listening to this, hard is going to come. We don't have that option, but when you're in your flow state doing what you're gifted in, no one can take away your knowledge and your gifts. The world will change, but they can't change what's inside you, which is always your gift to offer the world, and you can get back up.
I mean, this is incredible.
Yeah, the frequency, understanding the flow state, that we're always in the flow, but we interfere with it. And so if we can shift the paradigm, no pun intended, that look, you're in the flow all the time. You are a resource of a source that has unlimited information and has unlimited power. Now, the human cellular structure and the subconscious structure and even the quantum structure, our core competencies, our DNA, it can't handle all the information. It can't handle all the power. And so what we want to do is work in harmony with the human experience in the context of what you're speaking of,
Right.
by shifting our paradigm and saying, hey, what I'm doing today, although in the human experience others won't understand, is interfering with my flow. It's interfering with more information and more power, more energy, more spirit. And we're constantly struggling. And I will say, people talk about pain and struggle and they put a size on it. Big pain, big struggle, hard and soft. Look, it has no size. To me, it's either interfering or not. And so,
Right.
I know people that going to get the mail, it is a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
You've had 4 strokes. To people like me,
3.
I'm like,
Let's keep it at
3.
3.
Oh, cancel. You've had 3 strokes, and a lot of people like me are like, holy shit, I'm whining about losing $100 million, thinking that was a struggle. I'm like the wimpy of wimps. But having kind of the Tigger the Tiger attitude, I love watching Tigger because he bounces and he pounces, and the farther the fall, when he falls off a tree or the bridge, the higher the bounce afterwards. And I love picturing that in my mind, that if I have this interference, there is no size. It's the meaning I give it that gives it its size. And I think more people can benefit by following you and listening to how you use science, a real credible background, unlike mine, in order to facilitate, it's true. Like, I just have some sense of what works for me and it seems to resonate with people. But I love when I meet someone that actually knows the science behind what I'm saying and can make alterations or modifications or improvements to maybe a philosophy of mine that could be better for people. So thank you so much for
Thank you.
shifting that paradigm.
I love how you show up every day and use the knowledge you use and show people that this works, because you both of you inspire everyone by how you consistently keep getting up. It inspires me. I love
Oh,
both of you and how you show
oh,
up and what you're putting out in the world.
Thank you so much. I received that. You mentioned the 3 strokes. I've had my share of physical things, not necessarily a stroke by any means. But one thing that I've experienced is when something physical happens like that to
Yeah.
you, it rocks your world, it makes you feel a little bit vulnerable,
Yeah.
right? Because it's like you can overcome mindsets. And when something physical happens, it's almost like, this is pretty fragile. How do you bounce back from that and continue to expand and elevate your confidence?
This is so good, Craig, because honestly, the third one was just a few years ago. So I was the Phoenix Suns mental skills coach. So like life was going great, traveling all over, and then the third stroke comes. And now physically, I couldn't use my hands, my words would not come out. I was just all of it. And so it took a confidence hit because I thought, I can't even physically help them now. And so what I did though is I shifted my mentality to, I said, hold up. I literally didn't come here for myself. Right now, there's military fighting right now so we could have freedom, get up every day. And I said, I'm here to fight a mission, like a battle every day. God did not bring me into this world for me to have everything I want in this world and just go. We all have to come, use our gifts, elevate the vibration, and do good in this world. So I don't have a choice because this life is literally not about me. So every day I'd get up and do those rehab exercises. I mean, there was points I would make a protein shake and then I couldn't open it. And I'm like, son of a bee, like, come on. And you do the little things over. I mean, putting on a necklace would take me like 30 minutes, but every little thing. And I kept saying, Dar, my mentor suffered through the Holocaust. I mean, people have done hard over and over, and we all serve a mission. So I had to literally shift my mindset to, soldier, you have to get up and serve a mission. If you don't, literally it's being inauthentic and not being grateful for the life that you're getting today. So as I kept getting momentum, Craig, it started to build back confidence because I started to go, no let up, Dar. You have to serve this mission. And then what happened? I slowly started to get better. But this was the same thing I'd see in the hospital when I worked with traumatic brain injury patients. I'd have to go help them. And I could tell, Craig, within minutes how quickly they were going to recover because of their mindset, their determination. And I knew that was a key factor into getting back up.
Reminds me of my pops who's battling. His mindset is just so sharp. I love everything you just said. And there's a lot of different forms of motivation, but none stronger than when you're connected to your mission,
Yeah.
which you obviously are.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. So good. This is kind of, we'll land the plane with this. It's kind of a big question, but you deal with this all the time. You help people achieve this. What does it really take to achieve greatness?
I love this. This could be 2 hours. I'll make it 2 minutes. No,
Take your time.
no. So here's the thing. There are good and then there's great. And there is a clear identifier to it. One, I've never met someone great that's not obsessive. So I watch patterns of greatness all the time and everyone. And here's the thing, all the people they're obsessed about their craft. So that when you ask what's a pattern of greatness, number one, they are obsessed about their craft. They are obsessed about making sure emotional intelligence of self and others, are they doing the work? Are they doing everything they need to get sharp? Are they doing the internal work to stay healthy, physically, mentally, spiritually? So obsession in their craft, obsession in their self behavior and others to make sure they show up the best. And those are just two things that I see. And so what does that take? Consistency, grit. They also have this understanding that they are a part of something bigger so that it's not about themselves. So when they walk in the room, they're trying to help everyone. So greatness isn't just something that happens. Greatness is earned, and everyone has the chance to answer the call, but not everyone does.
Ooh, Coach Dar's got nuggets.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Can you hear me, Craig?
Yes.
Awesome.
Take us home, Dave.
Yeah, it's so interesting because in the context is wisdom, but reconciled in faith. And I, particularly before my phone overheated and had to drop off for a second to cool it off, I thought about the line, I know I'm here not for what I want or what I need. And I want to reassure everyone, you're here for more than you want and more than you need. And that requires faith that there's this omniscient, abundant, infinite system that's protecting, promoting. So whether you have a stroke or some sort of disease in your life, that it actually is an indication that you have better. And we have to believe that and have faith in that, or else that becomes a punishment. And you don't make it to the other side if you're punished. And when you're promoted
Right.
by disease, you're getting stronger. And just like any other exercise, these things that we don't understand are exercises to get better and stronger. So I'm just so impressed, and I Can't wait to do more with you. I appreciate your patience, both of you. I know I'm here to get better and that there's better for me. So I want everyone else to be inspired by that as well.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Coach Dar, I know you're up to some awesome, exciting things. What are you most pumped about, and maybe how can our community stay in your movie and see what else we got going on?
So stay connected. Obviously, follow here on social. I'm working on pitching some great shows, actually, some shows that are going to elevate mindset. And my word for the year is shine light on conversations that matter and make people laugh. So stay tuned to that. I have master classes that people could come and be a part of here in Scottsdale. Obviously, the book. And I would love for people to stay connected so I could pay it forward and give them inspiration like we all are trying to help us all do this life better.
Beautiful. I'm looking forward to doing more things for you. We'll connect offline. We'll get you on
Would
the
love it.
podcast and support. Big Dave, where are you going to be next?
I'm everywhere. The Masters, SoFi. I'm doing a meetup on Monday in Seville, Spain. But come and join us in New York on the 15th. I'm doing a NASDAQ mastermind VIP dinner for the Napoleon Hill Foundation.
Nice.
Once again, blessed to be the chairman of Napoleon Hill Institute. So I want to invite everyone to, whether it's the Masters, SoFi, New York, or Nashville. I'm doing a fire walk with Bucky O'Neill. Just reach out to me. Be a part of our community of people that want to help each other and know people that will help each other. Looks like we got a good new neighbor, Craig, so I'm super stoked.
Awesome.
Thank
Love you guys
you
both.
both.
Have an amazing weekend. We'll connect offline, and thank you guys for the wisdom today.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Awesome conversation, guys. If you weren't already following Coach Dar, definitely stop what you're doing and run and see all the awesome stuff she got going on. She speaks our language. She's a beautiful soul. Next Saturday, week from today, we have a 3-hour how to elevate your brand, how to build your brand, monetize and scale it, form strategic collaborations. It's free. You could sign up. Just shoot us a message, or it might be in my link tree in the bio too. Very pumped about this. We just performed this whole workshop inside Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi's mastermind, and it was very well received. It's a revolutionary product, and now we're taking it on the road. You guys can sign up for free. We have our live event May 15th in New York City, which we do once a year, and I'm so pumped about that. You can find out more details, and I love you guys. Let's continue to play big. Let's challenge limitations, and as Coach Dar said, let's master the art of bouncing back. And love you all. Have a great rest of the weekend, guys.